Good morning. Today we're going to learn for the solutions of oblique triangles, and this involve law of sines and cosines. First, let's define what are oblique triangles. These are triangles that are not right, or they do not include a right angle. An oblique triangle may be an acute angle, a triangle with all its angle acute, or an obtuse triangle, a triangle with an obtuse angle. Now let's proceed to the law of sines. The law of sines states that in any triangle ABC with sides ABC and angles ABC, okay, as you can notice, sides are indicated by small letters and angles are indicated by big letters. And here is the illustration of that statement. The law of sine states that the ratio of sine A and side A is equal to the ratio of sine B and side B, and is also equal to the ratio of sine C and side C. And this is also equivalent to A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. Okay? You're just going to get the ratio of a side and sine of the angle opposite to the side. The three ratios of a side and the sine of the opposite angle to that side are proportional. The law of sines can be used in the following situations. Two angles and one side are given, or if two sides and an angle opposite one of these sides are given. Let's have an example. Find, in this given triangle, I find the length of x. If we're going to look at the given sides, there is a measurement of one angle and another angle and one side. So the given are two angles and one side. Right? By applying the law of sine, we're going to get these equations. X is equal to sine over x is over sine 95 degrees. So this is it. X over sine 95 degrees is equal to 5.5 over sine 25 degrees. 5.5 over sine 25 degrees. Okay, so by applying multiplication property of equality, x will be equal to the ratio of 5.5 and sine 25 degrees times sine 95 degrees. And if we're going to multiply this to the ratio here, we're going to get x is equal to 5.5 sine 95 degrees all over sine 25 degrees. And by using our calculator, we will get the approximation value of x as 12.96. Okay? Therefore, the length of x is approximately 12.96 units. We're going to use the word units because there is no unit of measurement stated. Let's proceed to our next example. B is equal to 15, or side B is equal to 15, side A is equal to 20, angle A is equal to 80 degrees. What is the measurement of angle B? In this example, two sides are given. These sides are B and side A. And an angle opposite to one of its sides is also given. And that is angle A, which is the opposite of side A. And if we're going to illustrate that, this will be the resulting triangle. Side A is here. The opposite angle, which measures 80 degrees, is here. Side B is here, and its opposite angle B is here. And we're going to solve for the measurement of that angle. By applying the law of sines, we get the equation sine B over 15 is equal to sine 80 degrees over 20. By applying multiplication property of equality, we get sine B equals 15 sine 80 degrees over 20. And then the equivalent of this ratio is 0.7386. Okay, so sine B is equal to 0.7386. But we're not solving for sine B. We are solving for just the measurement of angle B. So we're going to use inverse trigonometric functions. And on this item, it is the arc sine. So B is equal to arc sine 0.7386. You can write arc sine like this, sine raised to -1, or you can write like this, the whole word, sorry. B is equal to arc sine 0.7386. And ayan, by using our calculator, we get the approximation value of B as 47.61. And then our conclusion, so angle B is approximately 47.61 degrees. Next, law of cosines. Okay, so we have the same triangle as with the law of sines. In any triangle A, B, C, with small letter A, B, C as its sides and big letter A, B, C as its angles. Okay, these three equations, states the law of cosines. A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared less 2BC cosine A. B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared less 2AC cosine B. And C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared less 2AB cosine C. If you can notice, the givens or the side that is shown on this side of the equation cannot be seen on the other side of the equation. But the angle opposite to the side given here is the angle that is shown here. So that is your clue. The law of cosines can be used if the following are given: two sides and the included angle, or three sides. Let's have an example or examples. So given this triangle, we are asked to solve for the measure of side B. Okay, if we're going to analyze what parts are given, these are two sides, side A and side C, and the included angle, that is angle B. Okay. So which among this law are we going to use? Since we're going to solve for the measure of B, ayan, we're using the second statement, which states that B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared less 2AC cosine B. As you can notice, the value of the variables A, C, and angle B are given. Okay, so here is our solution. Let's discuss this step by step. So ito, I just copied this statement. And then we're going to substitute the given values. A is equal to 8. C is 13.22. And also here. And angle B measures 63.39 degrees. So B squared is equal to A squared plus 13.22 squared less 2 times 8 times 13.22 times cosine 63.39. You can input all these numbers into your calculator, and the resulting value will be 144.03. That is the value of B squared, but we are just solving for the value of B. So we need to extract the square root of both sides of the equation. So B is equal to the square root of 144.03, or approximately 12. Now, are we going to indicate the positive and negative sign of the square root? No, we don't need, because we are dealing with measurements. We are dealing with lengths. And lengths cannot have a negative value. So we're just going to extract the principal root, which is the positive root. Okay, so our conclusion, the measure of B is 12 units. Next example. The given are the measures of sides A, B, and C. And we're going to solve for the measure of angle A. Side A is equal to 42.9. Side B is equal to 80.1. And side C is equal to 74.1. Okay, the given are the measurement of the three sides. And now we're going to solve for the measure of one angle. Okay, so which among of these laws are we going to use? We're going to analyze analyze the problem. We are going to solve for the measurement of angle A. So we're going to use the first law, which involves the angle A, because the other two involve angle B and angle C. Okay. Now let's proceed to our solution. This is our working equation, and then we're going to substitute the given measurements. So A is 42.9, B is 80.1, C is 74.1, and then B, C again here, the value of B, the value of C, and then the unknown angle A. And then by applying addition property of equality and multiplication property of equality, we get this equation. Cosine A is equal to the square of 80.1 plus the square of 74.1 less the square of 40.9 all over 2 times 80.1 times 74.1. Okay, and then by using our calculator, we get cosine A is equal to 0.8480. Again, we are not solving for cosine A. We are solving for the measurement of angle A. So we are again using the inverse trigonometric functions. And on this item, we're going to use arc sine. So A is equal to arc sine 0.8480. You can write, I have said a while ago that you can write arc sine as cosine raised to negative 1. But you cannot read this as cosine raised to negative 1. It is always read as arc cosine. Okay, and then by using our calculator, we get the value of A, or the approximation value of A, as 32. Then we're going to proceed to our solution. So the measure of angle A is 32 degrees. Okay, so that's all for today. The law of sines and cosine. If you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you.